We specialize in spotlighting emerging photography in our auction. We go to great lengths to find really interesting, innovative, edgy, creative, vital new work by people that you will be watching for years to come. You can see all the work on our auction website and then come to the auction and make a silent bid.
This is a book called Fireworks Studies by Pierre Lehour. It was published by Hassla a couple of years ago, and it's just one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see. It's this perfect bound block of beautifully printed white fireworks exploding on black sky. Each photo on its own is like a beautifully made abstraction. But as you flip through it, it starts to become sort of a flip book or a slideshow, a movie maybe even. White fireworks are exploding across these black pages in different configurations each time. And it's the variation that makes it interesting, but also the experience of going through the book and seeing this show whenever you want. I bought mine a few years ago when it came out, and it's shocking to me that there were only 500 of these produced because it's so beautiful. I feel like everyone should have it.
I love to garden, which is what struck me about Beatriz Diaz's work. Beatriz Diaz lives in Mexico City, but got her MFA from SVA, spent some time in New York. As a New Yorker, we don't get gardens too often, so I was really struck by this work. But upon closer inspection, I realized that this striking, colorful image was made out of plastic and was completely artificial. So I got a real kick out of this installation of 9 8x10 works, which are, by the way, being sold as a single lot. It's probably the best bargain at the Camera Club auction, but don't bid against me because I'm going for it.
In my work, I've seen thousands of images, maybe millions. To surprise me is really difficult. But I can be surprised, and I was, when I saw Pixie's photograph that is in the auction. It's a rare combination of things that she accomplished with this image. She's funny, she's conceptual, which is sort of the opposite of funny. She examines a subject in a totally subversive way. And what we're left is a surprise that imprints itself in our brain. Pixie's work is wonderful, and I'm very proud that I could talk about her work.
I'm on a kind of Eastern European tangent. Jan Cieslikowicz is a Polish photographer living in New York who was working on Wall Street, left that to dedicate himself to photography, studied at ICP, and is now exploring different series. The picture in the auction is this dramatic, noirish picture that he took during Hurricane Sandy when Manhattan lost power and the lights were out. And he walked around like documenting that, and this is this beautiful cinematic image that resulted from that.
I love Minnie Lee. I know her as a person, I know her as a photographer, and I know her as a student. She has an amazing sense of curiosity. As a student, she took a class at ICP on collecting photography. Why? Because she wanted to get inside the collector's mind to better understand how we think. I also love the seascape that she's offered to Camera Club. It is serene, meditative, calming, which is exactly what I need as a very hyper New Yorker.
Bobby Doherty's pictures are sly and romantic and funny. They are colorful, and there's a level of sharpness in his pictures, especially lately, that is notable, and it's appealing to people. They're pictures that people like and that people want to have around them because they're warm and they're human. But they're also using a very slick, polished studio aesthetic. Felix Gonzalez Torres wrote about being a secret agent, about taking the aesthetic of minimalism and using it for very personal means. And I think Bobby's doing a similar thing. He's taking a tradition of studio photography and he's subverting it to say something very poetic and very deeply personal. By using this aesthetic, he makes it translate to a much larger group of people who can then empathize with the images.
Claudia Retagan is from Bucharest, Romania. I'm a big fan of Romanian filmmakers now. And like them, her work is full of dark comedy and heavy irony. Normally her pictures are kind of diaristic, quirky, odd exploration of her own lifestyle and perceptions. This image in the auction is this kind of formal, constructivist, beautiful picture of this unexpected rainbow falling across a gallery floor that she chanced upon. And in the context of her work, this sort of cliche of a rainbow has this subtle irony of a kind of upbeat radiance.